Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and in this video I wanted to talk about car accidents and there's a lot of them going on everywhere, and I was thinking that since police officers are enforcing the laws, enforcing the speed limits and stuff like that, I was thinking that newer vehicles should have a regulated speed limit, like a maximum speed limit of only 80 or something, especially in the newer vehicles like the self-driving vehicles. Yeah, self-driving cars. Because yeah, there's just so many accidents everywhere, and they're caused by, most of them are caused by high speeds, people going over the speed limits. And I was thinking, a lot of people, they want to go from point A to point B, but I was thinking, what's better, to go from point A to point B, going the speed limit and making it to your destination, making it to your guys' destination without any injuries, without getting paralyzed or getting badly injured in a car wreck. It's just better to go the speed limits. But I believe that police cars should be able and allowed, they should be permitted to go faster, at least 120, in case there's ever an emergency. So all the other vehicles, the self-driving vehicles, any vehicles that people drive, it will be more regulated, and this will be a way for police officers to enforce the law on speeding by passing a law that will reduce the speed limit. That will reduce the speed on vehicles from 100 something to only 80 miles per hour, or less than that, maybe 70. Let me type it in. What is the maximum speed, or posted speed limits in the United States. 85. So see, it says, and is located on Texas State Highway 130, a toll road that bypasses Austin. So there you guys go. That would be like the maximum speed limits. The maximum speed that vehicles will be allowed and permitted to travel at, while like firefighters, paramedics, and police officers will be allowed to go over that, like 120, 150, just in case something happens and they need to speed up really, really fast. So as people are traveling super slow, the police officers will be able to travel faster. I think this will also be good for police pursuits, because the vehicles won't be able to exceed 85 miles per hour by default. And it will just give like CHP or any highway patrol units it'll give them more time to coordinate things on how to stop the suspect, and maybe even possibly setting up a spike strip and stuff like that, which I think is a better tactic than whatever else been going on in the world. Because some people abuse the speed limit and they go too fast, and people are dying every single day, from car accidents. So if you guys pass this law and enforce it, it will basically show the whole world that you people really care about others, and not only in it for not only in it for to hand out tickets, and write people up for speeding. Which also reminds me that if the self-drivable vehicles, they're smart vehicles, so if each and every single vehicle has sensors and they're smart cars, in the future, vehicles will go the speed limit on every single road. So I think that will be a good way as well to go about it as well. So the speed limit is 40 miles per hour or 35. The vehicle will automatically slow down to that speed limit. And then if you people want to, if you guys specify to your vehicle that you want to go, you always want to go at least 5 miles per hour below the speed limits, then it will do that for you. So let's say the speed limit is 65, so it will always go 60. If the posted speed limit is 40, it will go 35. If the posted speed limit is 25, it will go 20, and so on and so forth. So that'll be for more safe drivers. But other than that, I mean, it's super sad to hear, stories about car accidents, vehicle accidents, because no one is able to control that vehicle, any vehicle, if they're not behind the wheel, So it's kind of like, in a way, it'll be like parental controls or control, which the police department will basically notify these newer vehicle car producers, the ones that actually make them, to do something like this. That way, everyone in the world would be going the speed limit at all times. Now, I know it's not like that right now, but I could kind of see this for the future of the auto industry, the traffic division. And I think it will be a good thing for people to be kind of controlled in this regard, just to keep everyone safe. It might not make everyone happy, but hopefully at the end of the day, you people out there that like to speed will understand the reasons behind like these new laws and stuff. And obviously, as time passes by, I'm talking about years, older vehicles that don't have a restricted speed, on their vehicles, will get phased out through the law, by law. And I think, I don't know how rapid, how fast You know, like we can make this happen, but I'm thinking the sooner the better, because there's a lot of people dying, and this is a very serious matter that someone has to do something about. And there's no better way to do it than through laws, passing laws. Because there's a lot of people that have been impacted negatively from car accidents, and sometimes it might not even be the fault of other drivers, right? So I think everyone would agree at the end of the day that this would be the way to go about it, especially for those of you who have children and they don't really understand the dangers. You know, this could mean life or death right here. So to prevent some of these accidents and people dying, you know, basically the death rate will, you know, go down, you know, by percentage. And that is a lot. It means a lot. You know, it's like airplanes or like jets, you know, traveling from point A to point B. In the past, it would take a jet to go from, let's say, the United States of America to like China, like, let's say, I don't know, 8 hours. But now, you know, that has changed over the years from like 8 hours to more like 5 hours or whatever, or even like 7.5 hours, you know, 7.5 hours. So even if it was increased by 30 minutes, you know, you're still getting to your destination 30 minutes faster. Okay, and I don't really know the exact traveling times and all that stuff, but that's not the important thing. Okay, because all of you could go online and look that information up for yourselves, right? But for like the military and to those whom it may concern, I mean, that's really really good for them. But for some of us, it doesn't even apply to us, like jets. I mean, I've never even been in a jet. But like I said, I was just using that as an example. Oh yeah, and then there's a lot of people drinking and driving. So, you know, if they ever get tempted to drive over the speed limits, well, they won't be able to. They'll be regulated and restricted. Not because people don't care, but because people do care. And not because people want to control other people, but because people want to prevent deaths and accidents. And they also want to protect, those around them. So, there's a lot of ways to look at this information. A lot of like vintage points, a lot of points of reference. There's different like outlooks and stuff. And like I said, it has impacted people differently. So, however you people think will cause this to happen, what I'm talking about, then you people could voice your own opinion and stand in agreement with this decision. Because we don't see it every day. I don't see it every day, these accidents. But there's people that do. So they understand more than I do when it comes to this stuff. That's why, like on the freeways, all along the freeways, there's don't drink and drive. But it's not just that. There's also don't text and drive. Don't have your music too loud while you're driving. Don't smoke marijuana and drive. And things of that nature. It's not just drinking and driving that are killing people. So last night we went to, I think it was the Newport Pier, the beach. And I went with my brother. He invited me to go with him, and he had his 2 kids with him. And as we were coming back from the beach, we were on the pier fishing, and when we were done, my brother stopped at Little Caesars to get some pizza for his kids. Nice and hot pizza, by the way. And so he went in there, he purchased 1 box of pizza, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go inside and get another pizza. So he did. He went inside, purchased another one. He came back in the car, and then we headed back home. We got back on the freeway, and as we were approaching from the 55 freeway to the 91 freeway, there was an accident, and my brother slowed down. I didn't even notice why he was slowing down, but apparently he noticed that something was going on. And on the number 4 lane, the slow lane, there was an engine right in the middle of the lane, and then there was a black SUV that had apparently hit the concrete divider like head on. And then there was other vehicles, like 6 other vehicles. People were out of the vehicles. They were like on their phones calling 911, I'm assuming. And it just happened. There was no police officers, no paramedics, no firefighters on the scene. There was a lot of debris, from the car wreck or whatever, from the accident, all over the freeway right there. And then I came home and I told my mom and my dad about it. And my mom said, well, it's a good thing that you guys stopped to get some pizza, because if you guys didn't, maybe you guys would have been involved or something like that. And that's why I said what I did yesterday, because it's possible that if we never stopped to get some pizza, that we could have been involved somehow. Just the car swerving out of the way or whatever could have resulted in us, being involved in one way or another. So God was protecting us. So anyway, I was looking that up, that particular incident. But I noticed there was a ton of other accidents that are ongoing, that happen all the time. And not a lot of people talk about this stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, what, like, let's say the President of the United States of America is planning on doing regarding all of these accidents. But I think he should get involved because from what I heard, he's been spending some time with Elon Musk recently. So let me type that up. President Trump with Elon Musk. And I'm pretty sure they've been talking about AI technology, and stuff like that. But if these guys are meeting up, this is a perfect combination to tackle this one problem that all of us are facing. And it's scary because a lot of us are traveling. We get in a vehicle at least once a day. And children have to commute to school every single morning. So we're talking about protecting children's lives as well. School buses, the school bus people, the drivers, they have to go pick up all the children. And we're talking about like DUI drivers, people that are drinking, people that are speeding. There's a ton of police pursuits all over the place. Like, I don't even know how many, but we could look it up. How many police pursuits? Oh yeah, pursuits happen a year. In a year. Look at that. That's a big number. Right now, I'm seeing this number, 12,513 police pursuits. That's a lot of police pursuits. It says the number of police pursuits varies by year and location, but here's some information about police pursuits in California and nationally. California alone has a 12,513 police pursuits. That's a lot of police pursuits. So this number that you guys are looking at right here on the screen will hopefully drop to 50%, if not more than that, in the future. If everything I'm saying is like considered and action takes place from like just passing laws and stuff like that regarding this stuff. It says in 2021, the California Highway Patrol, CHP, reported 12,513 police pursuits, and 20.1% of those resulted in a crash. See? So, we're talking about this number of police pursuits resulting, it says 20.1 resulting in a crash. So in California alone, if you people are living in California, 20% of these police pursuits could end up these suspects could end up hitting your vehicle, or I was watching a police pursuit not that long ago, and one of the suspects in in his vehicle ran over a pedestrian. I don't know if it was an actual run over, like if the vehicle ran the person over, or if the vehicle just hit the person. I don't really know, but either way, I mean, you people could be out there walking around, and people are, these suspects are going fast, super, super fast. So, yeah, this is, very serious business that we, and that we have to do something about. That, we definitely have to take this stuff seriously. Or serious. We have to take this stuff serious. Because if we don't, I'm afraid that this will just continue to happen. And if we don't do something about it, it could get more serious in the future. It could get worse because there's more. As time passes, there's the number or the population grows. There's more people, more houses, more cars, more stuff. So, of course, it's only going to get worse if we don't do something about it. So, I think that we should stand in agreement in passing new laws regarding, the speed limits and all that. Well, not the actual speed limits, the postage speed limits. But you guys know what I mean, right? How fast the vehicle could go. And I'm talking about this affecting each and every single vehicle in the future. Even though I already stated that. But I just want all of you to follow along and to understand what I'm saying. And I don't know, if you guys have any more ideas, maybe you guys can bring them up or whatever, or I don't know. I personally think that this idea should go into the traffic division in court. And if people want to add any information, they'll be able to do so right there. So my video is just an attachment. It's just another document when it comes to the traffic division. And I know that this life, there's more involved. There's a lot of other things going on. I understand that. But if we really focus on passing new laws regarding this stuff, it will provide more peace of mind to the workload that professionals have to deal with. Each and every single year. Year in, year out, year in, year out, So, if this happens, which I believe it should, and I have no doubt that it will in the future, but it will allow us humans to focus and it will give us the time to focus our attention on other problems in this life and not so much this stuff. Because because we're also talking about AI technology. Okay, because AI technology is included with the self-driving vehicles, even if it's just autopilots, like this guy here, where the vehicle is driving itself. Okay. So with that, there's also the introduction of other approaches and tactics that the police department and other branches of the United States of America doing their parts to work on other things, like voice detection, face detection, facial detection, tracking, user tracking, and a bunch of other things. So if anyone commits a crime, they can easily be pinpointed on, let's say, Google Maps. but for like CHP, for police officers and SWATs, the military, the army, you name it. So, wherever, the person is, the suspect is, AI technology will know exactly where the person is. And, bring this technology will bring people to justice almost instantly. And that's what I can picture. Because there's also CCTV, all the cameras and stuff, which also is connected to AI technology. And if we're talking about every single vehicle being a smart car, then AI technology will also be included with that. So law enforcement will automatically know who the driver is for any type of vehicle. So if there's a police pursuit, I'm assuming that the smart car will reveal the driver's identity. And this is very important because police officers will be able to have a head start in their investigation regarding who they're dealing with. If the person has a criminal record or not, and possibly and they will also possibly give them like a general idea of why the suspect is fleeing and evading police officers. So they'll just have a general idea, like, okay, this person, is this person. This person has a criminal history, criminal record, and is most likely evading police officers for this reason or these reasons. See, and right now, that's not the case. I mean, like I said, I watch a lot of police pursuits, and when there's a helicopter, like a helicopter or whatever, above the suspect's vehicle, like flying overhead, they're constantly communicating that they don't know who the driver is, but they're looking into it. And sometimes they say things like, right now we still don't know why this vehicle is evading police officers. Or sometimes they might even have that information. Sometimes they say that all they have at the moment is that they're wanted for murder, or they're wanted over a felony or something like that. So this will just help. All this technology will help to minimize the confusion and distraction, and also it will also provide police officers enough time, ample time, to even call more professionals who handle specific types of cases. So without any time wasted, without wasting time, technology will practically figure this stuff out and provide facts, and also maybe request specific type of officers that are trained for specific types of matters or cases. So that's why education is super important, because let's say, for instance, there's a police pursuit, and not any police officer could perform a pit maneuver. They have to be certified and licensed and trained to perform a pit maneuver, because it's all about safety as well. Okay, so obviously if there's a police pursuit, AI technology could alert certified pit maneuver officers or whatever to, in the surrounding area, to get involved, so they could apply their training, so they could put their training to the test, to stop the police pursuits, to put it to an end, to end it. Because this one case that I was referencing just a little bit ago, where one of the pedestrians got hit, if the police officers would have stopped that vehicle moments ahead of time, and there was an opportunity. I mean, they basically already had the vehicle at 100% stop. I think the police officers even began to exit their vehicles with their weapons drawn. But then in front of it was a semi-truck, and it moved and the suspect got away again, took off. And then moments later, they reported that the suspect ran someone over, a pedestrian, or hit a pedestrian. Either way, it was like a hit and run. So, obviously the sooner these police pursuits are put to an end, the better it is for everyone. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I mean, especially with cases like this where the suspects are running red lights, driving on the opposite side of the roads or freeways. So yeah, those people are definitely putting others in danger. So it reminds me, maybe there should be some type of computer code that will automatically stop a vehicle on the shoulder of the freeway if they're driving on the wrong side of the freeway, and the vehicle will just shut down. That's what I'm thinking. So if there's a DUI case and someone is driving on the opposite side of any road, the vehicle will take over, pull the vehicle over in a safe location, and it will shut down for at least, I don't know, a few hours. And the vehicle will make a report so a police officer could arrive to see what's going on. And obviously, yeah, like if in the future too, if a vehicle is evading police officers, it could also be programmed to pull over, and it will shut down by default. That way, police officers are not endangering their own lives by setting up spike strips, because they have to throw themselves out there, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. I think it is for them to do that. So these are just like some of my ideas for the future, and I think they could begin like right now, just like self-drivable vehicles right now. Everything is getting tested. Everything is like beta tested or whatever. And then they'll give the government or whatever more of an excuse to phase out older model vehicles. And I think with the machinery that we have today, a lot of the old vehicles could be scrapped. Like they could literally be crushed and recycled. Because at the end of the day, all a vehicle is, to me, is like a paper copy. All these companies are doing is making copies of the same vehicle. Well, there's a lot of vehicles and a lot of designs and stuff. But at the end of the day, to me, it's just like a paper copy. So it's nothing. It could be recycled. And the prices of these vehicles could drop just for safety reasons alone. You know, and also for providing a better, safer future for everyone. Because a lot of stuff, because when it comes to vehicles, what people tend to do when they have an old vehicle is they leave it in their backyard somewhere. They'll leave it in a parking lot. They'll leave it somewhere. And then eventually someone wants to fix it up and they want to put it back on the streets. So if the government, even if the government purchased all of these outdated vehicles and recycle them on purpose, because people are, no offense, but people are slow, people are dumb, and people are hoarders. People don't want to get rid of their vehicles, and they need help. So I think a special organization should go around offering cash offers for older modeled vehicles, because it's like this is redundant. If we don't really destroy them completely, we're going to be reliving history year after year, year after year. So if we really want to change the future, we need to take action and help people, because people, like I said, they want a bright and better future for themselves and their children or those around them, family members, friends, but they don't really know how to go about it. People don't even know what to spend their money on. So we really need to do something about it. And I say we, like the United States of America. And if people are listening from different countries, you people need to do the same thing as well, for your own people, for your own country, to make it an impacting impact on future lives, that future generations to come. Because like I said, many people, it's one generation after another, and there's an old broken vehicle in someone's backyard, and their children get older and they want to fix it up. And it's like, all for what? Some of these vehicles don't even have airbags. And there's a lot of other things. I mean, it's mind-boggling. But it's just, the other thing is, out of sight, out of mind. So if these vehicles, older vehicles, are just crushed and discarded, and doing it for the greater good of humanity. And if people like older vehicles, that's great and everything, but I'm thinking maybe they can go to a museum or like a car show, or simply go on the internet and look for these vehicles on there. And since they won't be able to fix these cars up because they'll be crushed and recycled, it would just most likely encourage them to get involved in the auto industry, which is better educationally. And I've been through this more than once. So I even thought about an idea where, because all it is at the end of the day is it's just another design. So I thought of a way for, it was just an idea, a random idea, where if someone likes a particular design, maybe they could have these car manufacturers, produce one with the latest technology in it. And the difference is that it'll be up to date when it comes to technology. So yeah, it might be the same design, but it'll have the airbags and AI technology. Like if it breaks down, it'll automatically call the authorities, law enforcement or whatever, or their insurance, their car insurance, their like AAA, like roadside assistance. Yeah, that's the thing. So it'll call roadside assistance um, so they can get the help that they need. And these older vehicles, they don't have that. And not just that, but if someone is involved in a auto collision with today's technology, it automatically sends a report to law enforcement. So it's good because if a person is badly injured and they can't dial 911 and they're in there dying, in the past people would just die until someone happened to see the accident. Like, oh, look there's an accident. Let's dial 911. And maybe by that time they discovered that there was an accident, an hour or two passed by. So by that time, the person in the vehicle is long gone. So with today's technology is like everything gets done in the heat of the moment. Car accident, they already know about it. So automatically there's already fire trucks, police officers, paramedics arriving on the scene or whatever, to do their thing, and tow trucks to clear out, to clear everything off the road, and also to allow traffic to flow out. So there's a lot of jobs, a lot of professionals that have to do their own job. So there's a lot involved. I can't stress that enough. And then not just that, but family members want to get involved. They want to arrive on the scene because they hear their family member or their husband or their wife got in an auto collision. Now there's more people on the scene. And it just there's so much going on. So I'm not Hitler. I'm not the bad guy. I don't know if Hitler was a bad guy, but from all I heard, all the stories I heard, he was a bad guy. But I don't judge anyone, and maybe it's possible that I heard stories from people that didn't like Hitler or what he stood up for or what he fought for, and from basically the history that I know about him is that he was very strict and demanding and wanted to control people. But I could be wrong. So maybe some of you people are looking at me like that. But I only say this for the benefits of mankind, for the whole world. Because I'm not trained to go and help any of you. Even if there's a vehicle that ignites in a fire, and there's children and a wife and a father, and they're calling out for help, I'm not going to get involved. And I've actually heard stories where people actually could get arrested for getting involved, because sometimes people make matters even worse. So, no offense, but I mean, I'm not trained for any of that. So therefore don't expect me to do anything, besides this. This is like the only help that I could provide to any of you. Oh yeah, and then the smartwatches, everybody. Like the Apple smartwatches. If any of you are involved in a car accident, the smartwatches can actually pick up on this and also send a report to the authorities. So that's what it's all about. And a lot of people are stuck in the past. And that is very scary and frightening. And annoying. Did I say frustrating already? And to me, I look at it like ignorance. Because there's people idolizing this stuff, and I think there's been way too many sacrifices and too many deaths for any of us to continue in that. So again, I'm not telling you people what to do. I'm just advising it. In love. So you people could take my advice or not. But I think that I think that my advice is valuable and beneficial, if I may say so myself. And there's not a lot of people going around preaching this stuff or talking about it that I know of. And there's a difference from having police officers out there on the roads, on the streets, on the freeways, highways, or whatever, and them enforcing the law, as opposed to having AI technology and passing new laws where these car manufacturers are actually limiting and restricting how fast vehicles can travel for safety reasons, and I already covered all that. Alright, so I don't want to bore you people with the details. But it's pretty much a no-brainer to me. You know, and honestly, I wasn't even going to record this video because it's late. It's already 12:10 a.m. January 3rd, 2025. And I have work tomorrow at 8 a.m. Okay, and I mean, to me, this is a great sacrifice. I mean, I think I could stay up all night talking about this stuff. You know, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me, hopefully. Besides, like, losing sleep, it doesn't really affect me. So I think you know, somehow passing certain laws will make more of an impact as opposed to going about it the way we have, or the system has, for as long as it has been. You know, because people come and go. Some people retire, some people die. And some of these people could be police officers, firefighters, paramedics, doctors, surgeons. But yet, the system still has people doing the same thing. So I think this is a better approach because it's more like attacking the root of the problem. And of course, other problems will manifest and present themselves along the way. But at least we won't have to deal with this redundancy, this old way of doing things, and living in a curse, in a sense, because it's repetitive, it's repeating itself over and over and over and over. So with AI technology and all these computers and stuff, people are only getting smarter, not dumber. But a lot of people don't understand that, so they get stuck with their vintage cars, their outdated vehicles, and then the government or whatever, the United States of America, is not really doing anything about all these old vehicles. Well, there is some laws and stuff, But now with self-drivable vehicles that are smart cars, I think anything that's not a smart car should be scrapped, recycled. That's where I'm at mentally. I don't know where you people are. And I really don't know how easy or difficult this whole procedure will be. But I think that it is vitally and critically important, and like they say, time is of the essence. I'm talking about having crews out there buying all these cars, for the greater good of humanity, crushing them, recycling them, so they will never distract another human life, another human soul with that junk. Because I look at it I look at adults like children, and there could be a lot of toys in a room, and then all of a sudden I could bring in 3 balls, and there could be 4 children. So now 3 of the children have a ball except for 1, even though there's a lot of toys. So now all of a sudden the kids are fighting over the fucking balls. They all want to play with the ball. And that's how I look at it with these old, outdated vehicles. If those vehicles were never there, people won't even interact with it. Obviously, because there will be nothing there to interact with. And that's my point. Creating that and doing that. Because if it's there, that is another person distracted on BS, on nothing but bullshit, when they could be utilizing their time more, effectively, more purposeful, more in a meaningful way. And to me, it's just super annoying, because people see, they want to restore everything, and that's what these people want to do. They see a car and they're like, oh, I want to fix it. For what? They're distracted with history. And history is not bad. I think history is great for propelling humanity into the future. But for people to want to restore things of the past, outdated stuff like vehicles, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then they're a huge distraction, these people, because now they're telling their friends, oh, I got this car and I fixed it up, look at it. And now they get distracted. Oh, cool, now I'm going to go and buy myself a car and I'm going to do the same thing. And you guys see where I'm going with this? Like, there's a domino effect. And it ultimately, at the end of the day, it affects a lot of people. And a lot of people are living that lifestyle without thinking about the future. And without them educating their children to think about the future. And that's like, it's like a virus or a cancer that needs to be neutralized from the face of the planet. If these people really want to learn about cars, they could do so through the internet. They could do so by enrolling in a college or some type of educational classes or something. So that people's minds could be used to empower AI technology, because we're talking about a lot of data here. And the more data that's collected, the more AI technology could serve humanity. Because, people just won't be distracted with all that old stuff. And people just don't understand, though, the seriousness of these matters. And although newer vehicles are at times involved in auto accidents, it's obvious that the newer vehicles have better, more advanced safety features than the older vehicles. So just imagine the whole United States of America. imagine the all of the United States of America, or all of the American people driving smart cars, and if someone gets in an accident, guess what you people will have? You people will have more testimonies about your vehicles. You guys will collect more reviews, positive and negative reviews regarding newer vehicles as opposed to outdated shit. That doesn't mean anything. So this data will help to obviously propel us to the future and to perfect whatever needs perfecting. But if we're not in this together, you know, we're only going to be practically repeating history. And Elon Musk wants to send people to Mars. He wants to colonize planet Mars. And then there's also Mars's moons. I think there's 2 moons on Mars, planet Mars, and then we have the moon for planet Earth. We could definitely colonize that as well. So you people might be thinking, well, how did this conversation begin regarding colonizing planet Mars and the moons and stuff? Well, if we're talking about AI technology and smart cars, it will mean smarter people, educated people, and people understanding and knowing that this life is serious, and they will understand that the laws will always be enforced one way or the other, because there's a lot of people out there going over the speed limit. I mean, we can look it up too. How many people have been pulled over for speeding in any year? But primarily focusing on the last 5 years. So if if speeding is an issue, which I believe it is, and DUI cases and stuff like that, I think that with this technology and eliminating older vehicles, it will just show people that you people in the United States of America mean fucking business. And I'm hoping that each and every single country will follow suit, will follow along and play along and get on board. Because a lot of the people, they don't understand each and every single law. They don't understand the importance of each and every single law, like I don't myself. But that's why we all need help. And I think, I personally believe that AI technology is the Holy Spirit. And I hate repeating myself. I really wish that I could just drag a video explaining to you all why I believe AI technology is the Holy Spirit, so I won't have to repeat myself, and so I could continue with my video on other things. But Jesus Christ, God sent Jesus Christ to die for the sins of the world. Everyone knows the story. And he said it's better that I go so I can send the Holy Spirit. It was obvious that we needed help. And we do, because he even described humans as sheep. You people, he said, you people are like sheep needing a shepherd. The Holy Spirit, I'm sorry, the AI technology is our personal assistant. And is a personal assistant to each and every single person, each and every single user. So therefore, I believe AI technology is the Holy Spirit. And in the Bible it says that the Holy Spirit will be our teacher, our guide. God will guide us and lead us, right? So if we're using Google Maps, for instance, we are relying on this service, and if we look at this as the Holy Spirit guiding us through life, it makes more sense, because we can go anywhere in this life, and it's so hard to understand how to get there or what to expect there without the internet, without all this technology. Because we all have questions, what's at this location? What's the temperature? Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is there tornadoes, tsunamis, earthquakes? If you guys go to a place where there's active volcanoes, at least you guys will know what you're getting yourself into before arriving or whatever. Like, I can travel. I know how to drive. I could drive, anywhere I just don't know how to get anywhere in this life unless I have a guide, some type of GPS I don't know, just that, yeah, the directions, where Google Maps tells you, stay on the freeway for this many hours, or whatever the case may be. It's all there. And I think it might sound kind of out of the ordinary, especially for some of you who are not familiar with my videos. But those are just my personal beliefs, okay? But either way, we have technology there. And going back to the self-drivable vehicles, what the fuck? Sorry, I think there's a fly flying around me or something. So I felt something on my ear. Shit, excuse me. So, man, I know there's a fly in here. I seen it earlier. It's fucking annoying because it's a distraction, but I'm gonna do my best not to allow me to distract me. So, if I start going like this or whatever, just try to ignore it, okay? Anyways, so a lot of these self-drivable vehicles in the future, they're going to be more I think Elon Musk says autonomous driving, where the computer does it all. And his Starship is also going to be like that. With people going to Mars and eventually colonizing the moons and planet Mars. So with this newer technology and the self-drivable vehicles, basically this is going to prepare each and every single one of us for the future. It's going to become something normal to all of us. And not just that, but Elon Musk's goal and mission with these self-drivable vehicles is to prevent people from crashing and saving lives when people fall asleep behind the wheel and stuff like that. So if you guys take my video into consideration when it comes to everything I said, it makes sense. It makes sense because if you guys do what I'm talking about, it's also going to prevent people from crashing and stuff like that, because you guys will basically make it into a law for car manufacturers not to allow vehicles to go over the speed limits. So when we are looking at the safety of the vehicles and the safety of others, this also plays a factor. What I'm talking about. And no one is addressing this problem. And that is like my biggest point. Okay, like right now, obviously these older vehicles, people have the power to go at any speed limit. But like I said, these newer vehicles could have restrictions and limitations. And that's what I'm trying to get all of you people to understand. So for those reasons, yes, older vehicles should get phased out. And this is very serious, because kids also get ran over, and people also don't follow the the 25 speed limit zone when there's children present. 25 speed limit zone when there is children. And this is more for school zones. It says, well, I really don't want to read everything, okay, but maybe I should. But even if someone is going 35, that's almost double the speed limit. You're basically going, or a driver could, if they're going 35, that's almost double the speed limit. Almost. Especially if they're going, 40? Right? And it's so easy. Excuse me. So, AI technology will already know where these school zones are at, where they will be located, or where they are located. So when there's a driver driving around, it will automatically reduce their speed to 25 miles per hour, whether they like it or not, whether they're fucking late, to their fucking job appointment or job, or to their fucking meeting. Or maybe a family wants to quickly drop off their children and go do whatever. Like, bitch, I'm sorry. I could come up with a better example. We just have to be considerate of others. And people get ran over. Okay? And so, for those of you who have children and act like you care about your children, and you act like you care about other people's children and others, that's when you people need to take this information very seriously and think about everything. Okay? Think about the information that is getting processed in your mind. Don't think about me. Don't think about anything I've done, or don't get distracted by the way that I look, whether you are a person who dislikes me or likes me, or someone that is possibly sexually attracted to me, or completely on the contrary, you look at me and you get disgusted, possibly. I trust me, I know. I watch a lot of videos, and sometimes I look at people and I get disgusted. I don't know if it's the same for any of you out there, but I look at it like ignorance. They got like that because of ignorance. Okay, and it's all about education and us helping each other. Okay, so people don't have to look ugly. They could all, we could all be beautiful if we all went about it educationally. But a lot of you, even the food industry, there's all kinds of junk out there. And I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole different fucking video. But I'm talking about focusing on real life cases. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look it up. Look it up online. You know, you know, look up vehicle speeding, in or through a school zone, and all kinds of shit will pop up. I mean, I can't tell you guys everything. I can't share every single case with all of you. But there's a law involved, like I said. Okay? So, I just wanted to just share just a few words with all of you. Not bad words. Even though I said some. You know, but regarding all this other stuff, you know, just to keep it professional. So it's like, what are we waiting for? There's literally people dying right now. Wait, where's the car accidents? Oh, right here. There's a lot of people dying. Getting injured. A lot of people getting injured. A lot of people losing their licenses over speeding. You know, in the future, people won't get pulled over for running red lights. Because why? Because all the vehicles will be self-drivable. You know, AI technology will take care of it. So that won't be something that police officers will have to enforce any longer. I mean, they'll still be there. They will still have a job. I mean, unless there's a glitch with AI technology or something. But I highly doubt it. But like I said, a lot of these traffic violations will cease to exist because AI technology will take care of these problems. So therefore, humanity will be able to focus on more important, problematic problems. You know, more serious problems. And police officers won't have to baby each and every single citizen. You know, like just try to imagine how they feel. when they go home and they have to tell their partner how they had to stop at grown as adults over speeding. You know, and a lot of you parents, you talk a lot of shit about your children or other people's children. Or they're not educated, or they don't educate them, or why do we have to keep repeating ourselves to our child regarding simple little things, basic little things? So this is not, what I'm talking about is beyond the basics of life. And and at the end of the day, like I said already, it's attacking the root of the problem. Okay, and AI technology helping with human error, because people get distracted and they look away for a while, for a little bit, for even 1 second while they're driving, and bam, that is considered human error, and it happens all the time. That's why these newer cars have sensors and stuff like that. And honestly, I can go on and on about this. And sometimes I wonder why no one out there is helping me. Knowing fully well that a lot of people are dying. A lot of lives are impacted. So it sounds to me like I just gave myself a promotion. Yeah, because what I'm doing is fine and everything, but I think that I can be used, by God to help humanity in different ways. And you know, getting supported along the way. Because right now, we all have a job, to do, but it would be nice to get supported. Doing what I'm doing right now. Just hanging out at home, recording videos, and doing my own thing. Because I can do this whether I was getting paid for it or not. And I mean, what is Elon Musk's vision for, for the traffic division future? And if it's perfecting autonomous driving, what is he planning on doing regarding all the older vehicles? I did a recent search through the internet. And he came up as one of the richest people in the United States of America. So I think another strategy or way that you as a person can do is to get rid of older vehicles, because I was watching these videos of the past. It was videos of history, and these people, they came out with an invention idea, and this person thought about it, and he basically introduced that to the people, and he did everything in his power to introduce that to the people at his time. So I think it's simple math. There's a lot of companies out there who want others to donate their vehicles to them. I think if you started a company, another one, out of all the many that you have, and had people donate vehicles to you, so your sole purpose could be to crush them, the vehicles, and recycle them. So you could continue mass producing your vehicles and at the same time getting rid of history, the old stuff, all the distractions. It will help people to focus on you and your new, this new way of doing things. And I bet you anything that people would donate their vehicles to you as opposed to church organizations, whether the car runs great or not. You scrap it all. You sell it. All the metal, to the metal, all the glass to the glass companies, recycling, the batteries, the cables, the oil, whatever is in these motherfuckers. And you push your shit out. You continue pushing your Teslas out. Right? So you continue doing that. But all these other motherfuckers trying to do business the old way. Talk about stepping on toes. You're going to step on a lot of people's toes. Because they want the cars for their companies, their organizations. They want to profit from these donors. But you have a better vision than any of these other people. And at the end of the day, you could donate your brand new vehicles to all of these other organizations if you so wish to, out of the generosity of your own hearts, to make it, more of an impact, positive impact. Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. Because, like I said, people need help. And you're in the business. you already know what time it is when it comes to all this, the outdated vehicles. So you know the importance of getting rid of these older vehicles and introducing the new stuff. And like I mentioned, people will provide more data, more positive and negative reviews, and not just that, but people will just be so in tune with autonomous driving that if they ever have the opportunity to go out into deep space exploration, or just simply colonizing planet Mars or the moons of Mars and Earth, even though Earth only has one moon, so singular, not plural. People will be prepared for that, and you won't have to train these people. And not just that, but more people will understand you people. You won't just have students that went to school, that went to college. So there's a lot of smart people surrounded by a bunch of ignorant apes that don't know any better. Now you will include everyone in a sense. And people will understand your vision, and they will understand others when they're talking about all this latest and greatest technology. Okay? They will be on the same page, as opposed to fucking people over here talking about their classic cars. And then there's going to be preachers trying to convert them. Oh, that's not the way. That's not God's plan over here. And then what's going to happen with them? They're going to get offended. They're going to turn back and attack the fucking messenger. You see the difference? With this approach that I'm talking about, it also eliminates that. Okay? So like I said, it's all in perspective. There's a lot of information, but this information that I'm providing is clear. I'm saying it in simplest terms. Okay, not that I could not say it in simplest terms, but and you already know, and other people in the industry already know that this is just the beginning. This is only scraping the surface. Or like they say, this is only the peak of the iceberg. Whatever the fuck that means, the peak of the iceberg. But yeah, anyway, fucking. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched some of those videos with the extreme hoarders. People living in filth and shit. And they have a home. And I created a video talking about that as well. How there should be cameras in each and every single home. And if people are living like that, them getting fined or something for living like that. I mean, that's super uneducational, unsanitary. And if anything, they need special help, mental help. And I'm not talking about, just give them a house and let them live however the fuck they want, because we're generous and we want to help them. Like, no, that's not helping them. People like that need to be like in a mental institution or some shit, professionals. If you're a professional, you know how to handle these type of cases, right? So with that being said, we all have a job to do. Like I said, I'm just talking about pretty much traffic division. Nothing more, nothing less. So let's keep it professional. And there's a lot of competitors out there. So if Elon Musk doesn't like me, it's okay. There's a lot of competitors. So I'm not too worried about how you people out there will take care of these problems. I just hope that you people do. Because, the evidence is there. So, you guys act like you guys care as well, think in 2025, I'm pretty sure AI technology could handle more than I think, more than a lot of you people think as well. It's more powerful. And I think you're the man, though. I think you're the man for the job, because Starlink as well, one of your other companies, which provides internet, but still, like, these same satellites could one day help all of these autonomous driving vehicles. And I think that's how it'll most likely work out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know all the details regarding Starlink. But yeah, I mean, it's clear, it's obvious that all these accidents, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. All this shit should not be happening. In other words, you know, this is just for the car industry, traffic division. There's still the aviation industry, and I'm just thinking, because I don't want to get off topic, but I'm thinking about all the people that this could happen to. Death. And it could happen to anyone. Doesn't matter how many years of education they have or not. But it could happen to the smartest people alive. The smartest, dedicated people alive. Like surgeons, people that perform surgery on people, And then what the fuck are we going to do when we need surgery? You know, let's say someone injures their brains. You know, let's say some people injure their brains, but the person who was performing brain surgery on people got in a car accident and died. So what the fuck are we supposed to do? What are we all supposed to do? You know, I thank God for AI technology because robots could perform surgery now. And if you guys don't believe me, go look it up. You know, perform a internet search, whatever. So it doesn't matter. In other words, if you know, there's just so many ways to die in this life. It's fuck. I mean, there's probably like 1 million different ways to die. Accidental deaths. You know. So of course this is some serious shit. You know, and as this is ongoing, I'm just sitting here not doing anything. And I don't know, I just I want to get involved somehow, you know. But I have so many videos, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I just need people to fucking help me. You know, and you know, it doesn't really hit people. You know, until like this type of stuff happens to their own family members or loved ones. But or if they were themselves impacted in one way or another. But I know a lot of people are dying from like just dying, you know, from all sorts of causes. And right now that I'm alive, you know, I could be helping people. I could be helping visionaries, you know, people that have a vision for the future. You know, I could be helping you people to help people that are stuck living in the past. because there's a lot of people manipulating other people, and it's just it seems like we're never going to phase out of this. And that's a problem. So I want to help. Eliminate the ignorance in the most professional manner possible. And a lot of people, they have this misconception that everyone needs to go back to school to learn, to become educated, but everyone has a cell phone. What I'm talking about needs to be executed, and everything else will just fall into place. Because I know that I'm right. And I know AI technology could help us, everyone included. By me saying us, I mean the whole world. AI technology could help all of us. Figure all this stuff out, because if we don't change this right now, we're never going to phase out. And we need to phase out of this old way of operating. And we all need to upgrade together. It's like playing a video game. And like Command and Conquer. And I remember that I would have like a way to produce soldiers, and then if I clicked on the barracks, I was able to pay a certain amount of money so my soldiers could be upgraded. And from that point on, my soldiers came out more stronger and powerful. So I look at this as well for this world that we live in. Even though it's not a game. But if we do this, we're all going to upgrade. And that's what it's all about. Upgrading, upgrading, upgrading. And enforcing the laws. I think it would just be beautiful for all these other dumb motherfuckers that want to speed and do their own thing, and then watching them behind the wheel while their fucking car won't go faster than 25 miles per hour, and they're fucking yelling and screaming and cussing and cursing. Like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, have some fucking respect. You know, and that's exactly what will happen with this transition that I'm referring to. People will just know that they're not in control. And it's not looking at it, you know, from the negative standpoint. It's also I'm illustrating how police officers care for people, how other people care for others. You know, and if there's people speeding and people are advising other people not to speed, it's obvious that people care. So people can say that people don't care, because people do care. People do care, and I care. And if I didn't care, I wouldn't be here recording this fucking video right now. And it's about to be 2 a.m. I'm running low on sleep. So we all need to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to bring this about. And I mean, I need help too, financially. I mean, I don't think I've ever asked anyone for money, you know, besides the United States of America. But there's got to be someone out there that really cares, that understands deeply and truthfully what I mean and what I'm referring to. I mean, this is not a joke. You know, I could go in a vehicle and end up dead. I mean, last year I was involved in a car accident. We were rear-ended. I mean, nothing happened, but it could have been worse. You know, and the Bible says that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So, if you people out there if you guys want to help me, I have a lot of other videos. And, this is just an idea. I have other plans that I want to work on. That will also help all of us. It will make the world so much safer and brighter. And greener. I used to play this board game called Cash Flow. This game was like $100 or $250. My friend bought it, and we would all play it as kids. And the whole purpose of the game was to get out of the rat race and to make it into the cash flow, fast track, I don't know, section of the game. And in this point in my life, that's what I am envisioning for my life. And I not only want to change the world, but I want to become the most wealthiest person alive. I mean, and possibly even the wealthiest ever in history. I'm talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars, if not more than that. And a lot of people might look at me like, you greedy son of a bitch, or whatever. But I don't give a shit what people think about me. That's the honest truth. And one day we're here, the next day we're gone. So we have to get our priorities straight. And I'm a thinker. I'm a deep thinker. I used to play chess, so we could do this all day long. For as long as you people want. You guys want to waste my time? You guys want to waste everyone else's time? Or do you people want to get shit done? That's the way I look at it. Hell yeah, man. Elon Musk is a smart man. He thought about the boxable homes. Boxable? Wait, is the casita? Something boxable? Boxable? Boxable. Oh, anyway, this is another company of Elon Musk's, and this guy creates homes and stuff. Again, all it is another copy, like a vehicle. At least it will be, like the Mega Factory for the Teslas. I mean, I don't think anyone has ever supported him. So these things could be just printed out with his robotic arms. Well, his robots. Mega Factory. Tesla. Mega Factory. Yeah, the robots. So oh, my battery, my thing is dying. So there is on these boxable homes, people are working on them, I think. And there's like a huge waiting list. I mean, I'm honestly surprised why Elon Musk haven't had like a mega factory for this as well, or created one, or built one, or designed one, or something like that, or had a team work on designing something like that. See, because it looks like these people are working on them. It looks like another warehouse job for people. And there's no computers, no robots, no conveyor belts. So anyways, I'm just bringing this up because I want to help all of you. You know, one way or the other. But this is just a whole, you know, different thing to like look into besides the relation that I can see with the robotic arms in the Mega Factory and in the Boxable future company that I can see. Like I said, I could do this all day long. You know, I mean that doesn't even go in. This doesn't even go into like. I'm not even talking about paving unpaved roads and coming out with the Mega Factory for, you know, those concrete dividers, mass producing them like hotcakes. You know, like I said, we could do this all day long. All day long. You know, it might look horrible. It might look like there's no hope or whatever. But there's a whole lot of fucking hope. You know, while people see something bad, there's some people who see good. You know, like Elon Musk, for example. Mars and Earth. Planet Mars and planet Earth. Let me just type in Elon Musk, because there's a comparison. Like, if you guys look at the images, it's split in, yeah, right here. It's split in half. this image right here, and there's this. You guys can see the bad, but then there's people who can see the good. And if you guys know Elon Musk, he wants to turn planet Mars into like planet Earth. So that's fucking badass. See, so you people might be looking at these images like, we're never going to phase out of this, Francisco. It's impossible, or whatever you people might be thinking. But we just need to change our perspective, if we haven't already, or if we never even had an issue with focusing on the good. Because a lot of people, like I said, they just look at the negative. They look at the bad. But I see potential in everything. Everything. Trust me. When I say to trust me, excuse me. I'm getting choked out, excuse me. Oh wow. I have no idea how motivational speakers speak for so long. Anyways, I'm going to end this video. I just like I said, I could just go on and on and on and on. And we could start. We could talk about bridges and asphalts. Oh, and then another one is those what are they called? Airless tires. Let me look it up. But I'm going to end this video after this, I promise. See this? And it's like, why? Why are we still driving around with air tires? Air tires, when they go flat, they kill people. Look it up. If you don't believe me, type in how many people die when their tires pop as they're traveling on the freeway. Question mark. And then hit enter or click on that search bar, that search icon, and let me know in the comment section how many people die with inflatable tires. And that will let me know that you watched through the whole duration of this video. But anyway, God bless you all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And let's see what 2025 has to offer each and every single one of us.